With these guys running riot, it's a wonder why any of us still persevere with online gaming. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst types of people you meet in multiplayer. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're taking a look at people who, deliberately or indirectly, make life in your favorite multiplayer games irritating, irksome, or downright miserable. Some of these troublemakers will cause grief through their game-specific behavior, while others will employ wider concepts that would be awful in any walk of life. They have one thing in common, though. They should be avoided at all costs. Number 10. Campers.
Today, we salute you, Mr. Vehicle Camping Battle Pickup Hoarder.
Mr. Vehicle Camping Battle Pickup Hoarder.
When you picture a stereotypical camper, many of you will envision a ghillie suit-wearing, sniper-wielding troll strategically hiding in tufts of grass. While that is certainly one species of camper out there, the camping population is far more diverse and complicated than you might think. You've likely encountered the power-up camper, relatively harmless individuals waiting in one spot for an item or perk to refresh. And you've probably had a real-time strategy game ruined by a turtle refusing to venture out of their shell and actually engage in the gameplay. When challenged, they'll inevitably argue about the legitimacy of their tactics as well, claiming that if the game's design makes camping feasible, that it's their right to do it. Number 9. Button mashers. You've put in the hours. You've rigorously learned your favorite characters' combinations. You now head online in search of a bout with an equally dedicated fighting game enthusiast, only to find that you've been matched with a tactless tyke who is only capable of battering their controller to make some sort of random offense possible. Though such a novice approach is not entirely their fault. It's an easy fallback for players who don't have time to work out a fighting game's complexity. Players with the perseverance to learn Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter's intricacies will inevitably be frustrated by such inexperienced players who garner even less respect than spammers. Number 8. Whiny Kids.
Oh my god, reply!
No.
As we get older and begin to reflect on our gaming experiences with greater logic and consideration, you realize it was all just a game. While we might still all be prone to a moment or two of rage, it's never on the scale of this brand of younger gamer who will blame anything other than their own ability for gaming shortcomings.
Go.
Such quality.
Lag, poor game design, and cheating will all make up part of their high-pitched remonstrations that pierce your eardrums and possibly lead to other petulant actions that will directly affect your personal enjoyment. This might be annoying for you, but you do really have to feel bad for their parents who have to deal with this in person, right?
I've asked you not to do this on school nights, Michael. That's the rule of this house if you want to live here.
Number 7. People who tell you how to play.
Bro, chill, okay?
Listen, just play! Get this shit done!
Polite, constructive advice from highly skilled gamers will always be welcome when asked for. But when it's unwanted and given in an aggressive, patronizing manner, they'll quickly go looking for the block, mute, and report buttons. This is especially a nuisance in team-based games like Overwatch or MOBAs, where it can be difficult to find a balance between proper organization and letting individual players play as they wish.
Shut up! You got carried! I got 3 golds, you got carried!
We appreciate that there is hardly any value in a team of 6 Symmetras, but being forcefully instructed to use a specific character to fulfill a defensive or supporting role by someone unwilling to do just that becomes extremely grating. For the last time, guys, I'm not gonna pick Mercy. Forget about it.
Should've been Mercy.
I'm not gonna be any kind of support.
You ended up losing, and it's all your fault.
Number 6. The ists. For many, gaming is an experience to escape the stresses of society, and for a time, enjoy a fantastical foreign reality. However, others exploit that same detachment and escapism to demonstrate their shittiest views.
You seem to have anger issues, and maybe you should go about sorting out how to resolve them.
You seem to have gay issues. You should go resolve them.
Of course, a lot of these players actually aren't racist, sexist, homophobic, whatever. They just like to do it to get a reaction and to troll you, but whatever the reason, it's just really awful to listen to.
You're such a bimbo, dude. You're only good for sex.
Number 5. Spawn killers.
Too late, Jared.
Often simply known as SKs, these individuals are another species of camper and perhaps the version that will draw the most distaste. SKs are particularly potent when they work together to coordinate the implementation of their controversial tactic. They'll study the map in advance to identify where they can create an effective choke point on your spawn, never allowing an opportunity to escape and properly get immersed in the game. Victims of this strategy are constantly bemused as to why many first-person shooters persist with a fixed spawn point location when flexible teammate spawning or temporary invincibility has been an effective preventative measure in other similar games. Until something is done though, there's little we can do against such committed, shady players. Number 4, Rage Quitters. Typical angry gamer _69_XX has left the game. It's a pop-up message you'll experience in all game genres and a sure sign that you've facilitated a rage quit. This irate early finish could come after you've dished out a hammering in Street Fighter V or a slice of fortune goes your way within the 90 minutes of a FIFA match. Although the quitter will often get punished by systems that keep track of unusually high disconnect ratios, your victory will be tarnished, especially if you've spent a considerable amount of time waiting in the lobby. Number 3, Smurfs. No, we're not talking about Gargamel's adorable blue arch-enemies. We're referring to experienced players who create a new account to become a big fish in a little pond, dominating unwilling small fries for their own enjoyment. Relatively common in games like CSGO. It can be kind of acceptable if a high-level gamer uses a second account to play with his friends. But when it's done as a short-lived relief from the taxing nature of competitive upper-tier gaming, it will tick off those unfortunate enough to have their match ruined. It's unsportsmanlike and ultimately unsatisfying to slaughter noob after noob in search of an artificially inflated KD. Just stick to your own level, you smurfing smurf.
You don't need to justify your smurfing. If you're smurfing, you're an asshole.
Number 2, Griefers.
I'm gonna try to flood one of them while they're in the town.
By having the intention of causing as much grief as possible, these ultra trolls will often take on the personality of all or at least a few of the entries we've already discussed on this list. Team killing may be the most universally heinous behavior they partake in. As it's such a broad and flexible concept, the type of griefer you hate the most will largely depend on what specifically grinds your gears. While an individual's griefing may be reactionary when they think they've been wronged, mobs of griefers will collectively risk bans just to destroy people's creations, create lag, or cause general disruptive mischief. No one is really safe, you just have to pray you won't be that day's random target.
Oh shit! It was on mine. I got it in mine too.
Before we get to our top pick, we've got one dishonorable mention for you.
I like that song! No. I remember that song! Narwhal!
Number 1, Hackers/Cheaters. When these advanced saboteurs enter a game and start messing with innocent players, they tamper with the ones and zeros of the title to cause a degree of havoc so complex that you're left with just one truly effective response: turning off your system. With such exceptional understanding of the game's inner workings, you'll wonder why they're wasting their time ruining your day, but there you have it. Such incidents are thankfully kinda rare, so when random objects start to spawn around you in GTA Online, or a player never misses a headshot in TF2, take a moment to appreciate the effort they've put in to become an expert in the art of being a dick. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.